Hi there, my name is Eileen, and these are my answers to the returner questions. So the first one is, what is the most important lesson you've learned in your time as a Residence Life team member? The most important lesson I've learned as a Residence Life team member would be how important it is to make connections with students on your floor. That first connection you make with students is the foundation for the rest of the year. This year with COVID, it was harder to make those connections since we weren't allowed to meet with each other in person very much. During the first week when we had our floor meetings, I had meaningful conversations with every single student there since there was only so many opportunities to have those in-person conversations. Since I started my year making myself known in the community, it made students feel more comfortable to come to me if they had anything that was bothering them. I love being a person someone can confide in when they need it. If hired next year, I will be working just as hard to make those important connections with students across the building and fostering that open and comfortable, safe space for every single student. The second question is, what have you learned about working on a team? Excuse me. I have learned that communication and collaboration is very important when working on a team. Being a part of the Dawn team, we all have the same program requirements for the year. Helping each other out, whether it be my Dawn partner or another Dawn on the team with their program requirements, have made getting the job done a lot more fun than it would have been working by myself. I have found that being a supportive member on my team has also helped me to make strong connections with my teammates. Those connections have made working together very fun, especially when you have to work until 3 a.m. 3. What part of your role was most difficult for you, and how did you overcome those difficulties? Finding programs that students wanted to attend would probably be the most difficult part of my role as a residence Dawn. With COVID, our programs have all happened virtually, and many students haven't shown interest in sitting on a Zoom call and hanging out with their Dawns on a weeknight. I noticed this very early on in the year, and to overcome this difficulty, I started to ask my students what type of activities or programs they wanted to see happen in residence. I asked students during my bi-weekly check-ins if they had any ideas, and they would give me some great ones. For example, my students wanted to have a Netflix watch party, so I posted an Instagram story on the floor Instagram where they could list some movie titles that they wanted to watch. After they did that, I posted polls for them so they could decide what movie they'd like to see. Once we decided what movie, I made posters and ran the program. I found that by getting them involved in the decision, it makes them more likely to want to come to the program. And the last question is, what does effective mentorship look like to you? I think that effective mentorship starts with someone who is passionate and enthusiastic about the job. Being enthusiastic about what you are mentoring someone on makes them start to feel enthusiastic about what they are doing. Having a mentor who has good listening skills and is empathetic is also important. In a Residence Life team position, there are many experiences that someone can go through, such as shutting down a party or having a safe talk with a student. It is important to have a mentor who you trust to ask for advice when needed. The first time you have to deal with those situations can be very scary, and it helps having other people on your team who have already dealt with them to provide guidance while you are dealing with it. As a mentor, it is important to be empathetic and respectful because everyone has their own strengths and weaknesses. By having a mentor who can provide constructive feedback on ways to improve can be helpful to the one being mentored. It is important, though, to let the person being mentored try things by themselves first, but letting them know that they have their mentor around them to help them if they get stuck. These are just a few key aspects of effective mentorship. Thank you.